Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. Today's video we're going to be doing a full face testing Colourpop makeup, which I'm quite excited about. So next in my A to Z series is C. So obviously one of the brands that immediately came to mind was Colourpop, and I thought instead of just like incorporating like some Colourpop products into like the full C videos I'm going to do, I might as well just do like a full face testing Colourpop, and then any extra bits from this video that I don't get to use I'll put with the other, because I'm going to do 2 C videos as well with other brands beginning with C, but wanted a full dedicated video to testing Colourpop because I've basically brought a full face. So obviously I'm from the UK and we don't really have Colourpop in any stores over here. The only way you can get it is if you order it directly from their website, and the shipping is about £30, which isn't ideal. However, I did find a discount code that basically was the cost of the delivery, and I think like if it was just 1 or 2 products, like I would 100% resent paying £30 delivery, but because it's basically like a whole face and I probably bought like about like 15 to 20 products altogether, I wasn't too disheartened about having to spend £30 delivery, although I did spend a lot of money on this. It was over £100, let's just say that. Prior to this, I had tried a couple Colourpop products because one of my friends made an order from them about 2 years ago, and like they picked me up a few bits. So I tried like the Stone Cold Fox eyeshadow palette, which I have up there with my palettes, and I really like that. And I think there's a couple other bits like a highlighter and a few odd bits that I have tried from them. So obviously I've tried a couple things from them, but we've got pretty much a full face. The only thing I don't have is a loose powder, not because they don't have one, they do have one, but the thing that I found with Colourpop is that like so many of their products are out of stock, and like I literally waited like weeks to see if things would come back in stock that I wanted, and they just didn't, and I was like getting impatient. So I was just like, ugh, I'm just gonna not get some of the things that I want and find an alternative. Obviously with loose powder I couldn't, like it was just the shade that I wanted, a translucent one, which definitely would have been the only one that would have worked for my skin tone, and it just didn't come back in stock. I waited and I waited and I waited. If I went on that website now, I guarantee you it probably is back in stock. I'll guarantee all the things that I wanted are probably back in stock now, because that is how life works usually. But without further ado, I am going out today, so I probably shouldn't be dilly-dallying. So yeah, I hope this makeup look turns out nice, because I am going out. I do plan on consuming some alcoholic beverages and having fun tonight, so let's see if I can make myself look nice in the process. So as I would usually do in a first impressions video, I'm going to test out the concealer first. So I think they had 2 concealers. So they had the No Filter concealer, which I think is like their one that's kind of been around for a while, and then I think they've got the Pretty Fresh one, which is I think a more newer one, but I just got the No Filter one because it sounded a bit more like my kind of style. But in hindsight I kind of wish I had picked up the other one as well, just to see. I might have liked it, you know, but oh well. We've got this, and I got it in Fair 02, which is it's the second lightest shade, but the first lightest shade is literally white, so it's basically the palest shade. It's definitely really pale, like it's definitely gonna be like a brightening shade. It's not gonna be something I can really use over blemishes, so that's gonna be fun later in the video. I'm just gonna test this out, as I usually do in the first impressions, on one eyeball, under eyes and eyelid, just to see what the coverage is like, and then I will use it as a eye primer as well. It's got a nice consistency. It feels quite thick, which usually means good coverage, let's hope. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite pale. It's definitely like a really good shade for like brightening under the eyes, but I don't think I could use this for blemishes and stuff. I feel like it would look a bit stark. I'm still wearing it. So this is a new sponge, and I'm still wearing it in. Does anyone else feel like with makeup sponges you have to like wear them in like shoes? I'm gonna layer it up a little bit more just because, like I said, this is a new sponge, and I feel like this sponge does soak up product a bit. It's not even wet, I just feel like there's something about the sponge that I don't know. Okay, I mean, yeah, you can definitely see the difference there. It's very brightening. It's covered pretty well. It's definitely more of a matte concealer. Like, I don't think it's dry, but I feel like if you had dry skin, this probably would look quite dry. Again, this is definitely something for more like combination oily people. I feel like it's covered pretty well. It's quite like lightweight, like it doesn't feel really heavy, but it has covered pretty well. I wouldn't say it's like the most ridiculously full coverage concealer I've ever used, but you can definitely see the difference there. Like, there's the difference. I like it. I'm not like in love with this formula, but I do think it's decent. I like it. That's all I've got to say right now. We'll see what it looks like when I'm applying it over the foundation later. But in the meantime, I'm going to just wipe this off the under eye. I know, I'm sorry, such a waste. I'm going to put it on this eyeball too, and we will use it as an eye primer. Okay, we've got eye base. We're going to move on to eyeshadow. The palette that I'm going to be using is the Getting Fresh eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It does look amazing. It's very visually appealing. I did originally want to get a different palette, but again, like I said before, so much of the stuff on their website is just out of stock and doesn't seem to come back in stock. But in the end, I did like I kept looking like and going back and forth with this one, like, do I want it? Don't I want it? And then in the end, I decided, yeah, actually, I do want it. And I'm kind of glad I made that decision because it does look really stunning. I did also get one of the little quad little mini eyeshadow palettes because I'm trying to make. Because at the moment I'm making like a travel makeup kit, and I thought this would be perfect for it, and there will be a video on my travel makeup kit. But I think I will play around with this in one of my other C videos, but it looks cute. It's just like your essentials. And I do also have two of their cream gel eyeliners, and I'm thinking I'm going to try and use this gold one with the look today because I feel like I can make this gold work with some of the sort of goldy greeny shades in here. I think it should work quite nicely, so I'm going to use this with my waterline. And I swatched these cream gel eyeliners and they were really pigmented and like smooth and they look nice. Yeah, I've got a red one which I'll use in, again, one of the other C videos. But today we're sticking with this palette, and like I said, I want to do like a staple sort of goldy green look that will hopefully complement that eyeliner. So I feel like you have to use this, right? Like you gotta use this. Again, I said it, I am going out, but like I feel like I used to be like one of these people where I'd always go for like the most neutral look when I was going out, but now like I'll just wear like bright colourful looks. I don't care, like I don't really care, and I feel like whenever I do like bright looks, I feel like I get more compliments on that than like if I just did like a neutral look. I don't know, I just think it's fun and more, like I feel like I'm expressing myself more when I just do something a bit fun, like. Because I am quite a shy person. I have quite bad social anxiety, so I feel like expressing yourself through makeup it's fun, and I won't go too deeper into that because yeah. I think I'm going to use like the pale sort of limey colour here, which is sort of like a matte shimmer hybrid. I'm hoping it works more as a matte, and I'm going to put that like sort of above the crease. I do usually do like one look off camera. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, I usually do one eye off camera, but can't be asked. I'm just gonna do them both on camera. Or actually, what I might do is do one eye on camera and then do the other one off camera, but like the reverse way around. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I mean, that shows up really well, which again, I feel like these sort of like pale pastel-y sort of colours don't always show up super well, so far, so good. I'm just going to use like a sort of neutral brown shade, which just has a lot of neutral brown shades. I think I'll just use this one here and just blend a bit under there just so there's some sort of contrast with the brights. I'm just going to take like this white shimmer up here and blend that under the brow bone. Right, I think I'm going to do a cut crease now, so I'm going to go back to the no filter concealer. I kind of want this to be like an all over sort of cut crease. We'll see. Managed to cover up the brown eyeshadow I used with that cut crease, which I didn't mean to do, but oh well. I think I'm going to use this one and this one. I think I'll put this one, the star of the show, in my opinion, right in the centre. And I'm just going to use my finger for that. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, that is beautiful, and I want it injected into my veins. So on either side of that, I'm going to use this one, which is quite a similar colour. It's just like I feel like it's a little bit more muted. So I'm just going to use that on either side. Again, I'll use a mix of my fingers. That also looks really pretty. Yeah, it's like a tiny bit darker, but just as vibrant. I mean, like, look at that. That is so vibrant. Like, the sparkly, they're just beautiful. Like, what more can I say? They've done exactly what I wanted them to do. I need to blend that brown for the crease a bit more because it sort of disappeared. Again, I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple, but I'm just going to clean up the edge and just do a tiny bit of finessing. Yeah, I'm just going to do that off camera, and then I might as well just do the other eye. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I'm actually quite liking this. It's obviously very simple. We only use like about 3 shades or so, but I mean, I feel like these bright goldy greeny speak for themselves. You don't really need to do much else. I'm loving it. So like I said, I've got 2 of their cream gel liners. I've got this gold one, and I've got like a like reddy maroony one. And I think the gold one should work well. These colours, obviously it's not like an exact match for the shades, but I think it should complement them well. So I'm gonna put this in my top and bottom waterlines. And when I swatched these, they were very creamy and very pigmented. It showed up pretty well. I really like the metallicness of it. I think it works with the look. I like it. I definitely want to like play around with it like on the actual lid as well, because it seems like really creamy and like it would blend really well. But yeah, I like that in the waterline. And I'm excited to try the red one as well, because I do like a red waterline. I've got 2 mascaras. Again, a lot of my mascaras were out of stock, which was annoying. So I've got the BFF Volumizing Mascara, which is black on black. I think there was another one of these, and I honestly couldn't tell what the difference was between them, other than one was in grey packaging and one was in, like, I think black packaging. So I have no idea what the difference is, but it's got like an hourglass wand. And I also decided to try brown mascara. So this is the Level Up Lengthening Mascara, and it's in the brown shade. This one comes in black as well, but that one was out of stock. But I kind of, like low-key, have been wanting to try a brown mascara. I like the wand. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to try out the brown one on one eye just to see what it looks like. And then I'm obviously going to have to end up layering the black one over. I can't really have one brown mascara and one black mascara when I'm going out, so, well, I mean I could, but, so I'm going to apply this brown one to this eye, and I've never tried a brown mascara before. I've also never tried a Colourpop mascara before, so I have no idea what to expect, but let's try this brown one out first. Okay, that's actually really good. Like, that's really volumizing. It's not too clumpy, it's lengthening. I feel like it doesn't really look brown, I feel like it just looks like a black mascara. But the actual quality of that mascara is really good. which I'm glad about because I feel like a lot of the mascaras I've been trying lately have been kind of duds. So that I'm impressed with. I mean, look at that, it's got really good volume. Again, I don't feel like it looks super brown, but I like it. Nice, always good. A good mascara makes me very happy. But I am going to try out this one, the Volumizing BFF mascara. I'm going to try it on this eye, and I'll probably have to end up layering it on this, but I mean, actually I don't necessarily have to because like I said, it doesn't look super brown. We'll just try this on this eye and then I'll decide what I'm doing after that. But yeah, this one's got more of an hourglass wand. Okay, that one's also really good. Look at that volume. Yay, this makes me happy because I've tried so many dud mascaras and this one's giving me volume, and I love me some volume. I mean, they look pretty similar, but I feel like this one... See, now that they're both on, I feel like you can tell like the colour is a bit more subtle. Like this one you can see is like a bit more dramatic than this one. Not in like length and volume, just like the colour. So I will just layer up a little bit of this one over the side just to look a bit more even. But both of those, I'm really impressed. Before we do base, I'm just going to put on a little bit of this primer from Note Cosmetics. I didn't get a Colourpop primer, I just feel like I need a little bit of hydration on my skin. Because I'm a little bit dry today. I found that like recently. I've been having dry days with my skin, which is weird because I usually have like oily combination. But I don't know, I think it's like hormones and things, you know, like skin hormones, oh, I don't fucking know. So for foundation, like I said, I don't have a Colourpop primer. I got their foundation stick. This is the Fair 07N shade, which I think was the second lightest shade. I wanted the lightest shade, but again, I waited weeks and weeks and weeks, and it just didn't come back in stock. So I had to settle for this shade, and I am a little bit worried about it. I'm not sure about this shade. Let's just put it on. First of all, I feel like the undertone is not great. It just looks quite orangey, but I feel like I'll make it work, and also because the concealer's quite pale, I'll hopefully use that to help us out. So they had this foundation, I had like the Pretty Fresh one, and I think like a tinted moisturiser or something, but I felt like this was the one that like appealed to me the most. But again, like half of the shades are just out of stock. I feel like I generally usually like stick foundations, so we'll see about this. That was a massive dollop that just came out there. Yeah, the colour is definitely like the undertone looks wrong. It looks a bit orangey. But I'm going to try, oh, ridiculous, I'm going to try and make it work. I'm going to spray my sponge with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, which I will use later in the video. Okay, we're going to attempt to blend this in. The texture of it felt quite creamy, so that's good. You know, the colour definitely isn't perfect, but it's not like ridiculously bad. Like, I'm hoping I can make it work, especially because like I said, I am going out today and I probably won't have time to redo this. Okay, I feel like once you blend it in, the colour doesn't look as bad. Okay, actually, once that's blended in, the colour isn't actually too bad. Look at the match isn't too far off to my neck, which is unexpected. I am going to layer up a bit more. Like, it's looking good so far, but I'm going to layer up a bit more and bring it slightly down my neck. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Obviously, I've built up like 2 layers of it. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Again, like I said, the colour's actually not that bad once it's blended in. It's not the perfect match, but once it's been blended in, it's not too bad actually. I like it. I feel like it's covered pretty well, but it does feel quite lightweight and it doesn't look like super heavy. I don't really feel like there's much I dislike about it. Like, it looks nice, it looks smooth, coverage is good, like it still has life in it, it doesn't look really flat and dry. Yeah, and now that the more I look at it, the more the colour's actually quite good, because the Like, it doesn't make me look ghostly like a lot of the freaking shades of foundation I do. It just looks like a kind of healthy colour. You know, like I don't have like a disease. Like I usually look like I have a disease. Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more I like it, because it just looks natural, but like there's coverage. And that's great. I like this foundation. I was worried about the colour, but I mean, obviously there is still a chance it will oxidise, and that obviously will be a bit of a problem, but so far, so good. Let's go back to the concealer, and you can definitely see the difference in colour. But I'm going to use this just under my eyes. I feel like it's going to look weird if I use it anywhere else. I might just add a little bit of a different concealer from a different brand. Sorry, but like I said, I'm going out. I can't look too bad today, you know. Not that I think I'm looking bad, actually. I think it's all looking quite good so far. I'm going to use a little bit of this Astra concealer from a few videos back, because it's a bit darker. Still quite bright actually compared to the foundation, but I just need a little bit of something elsewhere. Not that I really need that much real coverage. I feel like that foundation has covered quite well actually. Okay, I'm happy with this base. Obviously, like I said, I very much wanted to try their loose powder because I feel like I've heard good things about their loose powder, but I couldn't because it just wouldn't come back in stock, and the other shades would have definitely not worked on me, and I honestly don't even know if the transition shade would work on me, but it was definitely my best bet. But I'm just going to have to use a different loose powder, and then I do have a pressed powder though, which I will use on the most of my face. I just need something for under the eyes because I just don't really like pressed powders under the eyes because I feel like they always just crease a lot. I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me just to set my under eyes. Okay, my under eyes are set, but the rest of my face I'm going to use, this is the Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder, and this is in Fair 1, which is the lightest shade. I mean, it looks pale in the pan. I'm hoping this translates in the face and doesn't make me orange, because I will cry. I feel like it looks a tiny bit pink, I don't know. No, I think that colour's okay actually. I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face down. I think that's done a pretty good job. It's mattified. I don't think the colour's perfect, but it's definitely not like really orange or anything. I think the undertone of it is maybe just a tiny bit pink. That's what's putting me off, but the colour isn't too bad. It's mattified. It looks pretty smooth. It's a good pressed powder. Not really got anything bad to say about it. Let's get rid of my foundation lips. Okay, so we're going to move on to cheek products. So I have this face palette, which has got a blush, it's got two blushes, a bronzer and a highlight in. Mine did come a bit damaged, like this one here had like sort of fallen out of the packaging, but I managed to put it back in. But the blush has now bled into some of the other shades, especially the highlighter. But again, this is another thing I brought because I thought it'd be good in my travel makeup kit, and I think I will use one of the blushes today in that. But I do also have a separate bronzer which I will use today. This is it's just called their matte bronzer. It's the shade Avila Beach, and this was the lightest shade. I don't feel like it looks ridiculously pale, but the thing is I don't like to judge a bronzer on how it looks in the pan, because a lot of the time I've had bronzers that I thought that looks like it's going to be way too dark for me, and then I've put it on and it's literally worked perfectly, so I'm going to put this on my face. Yeah, I'm going to use this guy, and I'm going to whack this all over in the usual places that I would bronze. Okay, the shade definitely works. What I am finding is it's quite like hard pressed in the pan, like not a lot of product comes off. Like it does, but it takes quite a bit of building, I'm finding. Like it definitely is, like colour is coming off it, it's just quite, which in a way isn't a bad thing because I know a lot of people want their bronzer to be quite natural and buildable anyway. So I'm not disliking it, and the colour does actually work pretty well. Like it's definitely not too dark. So I kind of like that, but again, just bear in mind it is quite, like, it's a very subtle bronzer, but again, I know a lot of people would like that, and I don't mind it personally. I feel like I'd want maybe like a tiny bit more pigment, but honestly, this isn't bad. I don't mind building my bronzer up. I am going to use one of the blushes from this. I think I'll use the lighter one. I'm feeling that one today. Yeah, I'm going to tap into that lighter blush shade in this palette. And I'm going to put a bit of that on. Ooh, pretty. I like this blush. It's good pigment. I feel like the colour suits my complexion quite well. Okay, it looks a bit weird on camera actually. Nah, it's fine. I like it. I'm not going to use a highlight from that palette today. I will probably use that in one of the other C videos I'm going to use. This is their Pressed Powder Highlighter Cold one. I have tried one of their other highlighters, the ones that are like sort of putty texture. I still have that. I quite like it. It's not my favourite highlighter, but it's nice. This one is definitely like an actual powder. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay, I'm going to try this highlighter out. Ooh. Okay, ignore that I brought it slightly down too low on my cheekbones, but that is really pretty. I really like it. It's pigmented, but it's got that sort of natural look to it where it doesn't like exacerbate your texture too much. I'm going to use some more of the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist just to mesh all those products together. Ooh, I really like that mist. That was one of the most lightweight mists I've ever used, because I've used some pretty aggressive misters in my time. That one just felt like being touched by fairies. Eyebrows, I have a gel and a pencil. So I'm going to start with the gel, which is, I don't know, because the name of, oh no, it's literally just called Brow Gel. It looks like this. The shade is dark brown. I like the size of the wand. It does seem like it has a bit of excess product on, so I'm just gonna tap it off a bit. It's not too bad, but there definitely is some excess on there. I'm gonna just work this through, hope that I don't ruin my eyebrows. Okay, I think I like this. It's definitely, it looks quite natural. The only issue I have, it does have a bit of excess product, so you will need to like tap it off a bit. But I do feel like it's given a pretty natural, well-groomed eyebrow look. And that the colour seems to work good. So actually that's not bad, because, as I always say, I'm picky with eyebrow gels. And that has done a decent job actually. We have their brow pencil. It's just called the brow pencil. This is the ash brown shade. It's kind of your standard micro brow pencil. You got your spoolie, your thin nib. Structure my eyebrows a bit more with this. Ooh, it feels quite like creamy, which is good. I love a creamy brow pencil. Okay, I like that brow pencil too. It's quite creamy, it blends well, it's fairly natural looking. Overall, those eyebrows aren't too bad. I feel like I drew this one on a bit weirdly, so ignore that. But I actually like both of those brow products. They definitely performed well. Okay, we're gonna finish off the eyes. I might try out this whitey shimmer shade in the inner corner. And on the lower lash line, I'm going back in with the brown I used earlier. I'm just going to keep it pretty simple with that, I think. In fact, what I might do is bring some of the gold eye pencil down onto my lower lid. I'm gonna go back to the BFF mascara and apply some of that on my lower lashes. Okay, and lastly I have a lip pencil and a lip gloss to try out. So this is the lippy pencil. This is the shade Field Day, which is like a sort of darky nude shade. I thought it was more brown actually, but it definitely seems more pink than brown. But I'm gonna apply this. Okay, I do like the shade. It applies pretty easily, like it's quite creamy, but then it's also sort of matte at the same time. I do feel like it is sitting in my lip lines a bit. I think maybe I wouldn't fill my whole lip in with it in the future, I'd just use it as an outline. But I do like it. But we're gonna layer this gloss over it. This is the Luxe Gloss, and it's in the Just Cuddle shade. And I have been converted into the gloss lifestyle. I don't know why, I just like them. It smells weird. Sort of nice, but not nice at the same time. Almost a bit like, sort of like turmeric-y. Anyway, I think this might be one of those ones that's a bit of a plumping effect, which I quite like those. It feels very hydrating. The texture's like a little bit sticky. I don't know. It's not super bad sticky actually. I don't know if it matches the lip liner, but I do think I quite like the gloss. Okay, so that is pretty much all of the products tried. So I'm just gonna get my whole going out hair, clothes, etc. done, and then I'll come back and tell you my final thoughts and everything. Alright, so we're back with the finished look. So overall, I feel like I generally am pretty impressed with like the majority of stuff I've used today. I loved the eyeshadow palette, I loved both of the mascaras, really like the gold cream gel eyeliner. Did end up quite liking the foundation in the end. The concealer I liked. Not loved, but liked. The pressed powder worked pretty well. All of the cheap products worked really well. I'm trying to think, is there something that I didn't like? No. The eyebrow products were really good. Maybe the lip liner was like a little bit dry, but it was weird. It was sort of creamy and dry at the same time. And I still am undecided about this lip gloss. Like I can't make my mind up about it right now. Like, it's definitely hydrating, so that's good. I think I like the lip gloss actually. I think overall I like everything. I do need one last go with this, which I also like. It's kind of like addictive putting this on because of how like light it feels. But this I like as well. One of the nicest misters I've ever used. Overall I am actually pretty happy that I bought all of this stuff because obviously it was expensive. The shipping was a lot of money. And I got most of that stick spray in my hair, which is brilliant. But overall, like, yeah, I'm really impressed. There are a couple products that I didn't use in this video that will be in my Full Face of C brand videos, which I'm doing 2 of those. So those will be next. But overall, I am actually very happy. I picked up all of these Colourpop products, and I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.